for 20 seconds. Okay? In that time, you are not writing. Okay? We are not writing in those 20 seconds. All you are doing is observing everything that you see in your graph. Now let me be clear. So in that time, you're not writing. After that, I'm going to give you a minute to write it down in this area. On your sheet, it says observations, okay? Now let me just be clear about what you're writing. Please try to be as specific as possible. Like, I don't want to see, I see a bunch of points. What are those points? What do they mean? Okay? Yes, sir?
You did the same thing that we had showed us the cat and whiskers?
Yes, the box, cat and whiskers. The box and whiskers, when we did box and whiskers, same deal. Okay? So I'm projecting it for 20 seconds. All you are doing is observing. Be as specific as possible. Do not tell me I see points.
You're taking me down after 20 seconds? You're taking me down after...
Yes, I will take it down after 20 seconds. Okay? After that, you can write down your observations. Does anyone have any questions at all? Any questions on what we're observing, what we're writing after that? Okay, so I'm going to ask all pencils to go down. So we're putting our pencils down, and I need everyone looking forward. And I will wait until everyone is with pencils down, heads up, looking forward. Okay. So I'm going to set the timer for 20 seconds. Again, observe as much as you can. And you are not writing. Oh, just to clarify, so in case you don't want to read it, so the sentence that's on top of it says it's in the form, the graph is of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Okay? So we'll get back to that after. So I'm going to project it, set a timer for 20 seconds. We're not writing. Happy?
Oh, sorry.
5 seconds. And that's time. So write down every single thing that you observed. If you want to sketch it out, but write down every single thing that you observed. I'm going to set a timer for a minute.
Well, how do you sketch it out?
Sure, if that's how you want to represent it, sketch it out. But I need every single pencil moving. Everything that you observed in that graph, I need it written. Timer started for a minute. Seconds. Good. Give me something else. Looks good. Seconds.
I did it. So hopefully we've written down all our observations. I'm going to set another timer for 2 minutes. I want you to talk with your partner, whoever's next to you, about what you observed. If someone has something that you did not have, it needs to go on your sheet. Okay? If your partner has something that you did not originally have, you are writing it on your sheet. Okay? I'm going to come around to almost every group. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes. Okay? So I need you to start now. What did y'all have? Okay. Your y-intercept is, what do you mean by the y-intercept? Was that yours? You guys have another minute. So we are talking about it, we're not just switching papers and writing. So tell me what you outliers is something else. Outliers is something else.
You can lock the, I ain't see you Monday. No, Monday.
Okay, so what is
Monday
this?
I want to play. Monday, no, you wouldn't. No, I was looking.
Okay, you put
And
number
I'm about to see myself over there. And I'm like, you know what? She was like, I can't. And I was like, being out loud and late. I ain't used to explanation. I said, no, I said, don't start this again. She said something about starting time. I was like, I'm tired. I'm stressed.
Alright, so I'm hearing a lot of excuses. I don't want to hear them. You can save that for after school, wherever it is. I don't want to hear excuses, okay? So what we're going to do is, as a class, because I think hopefully we can do this, but guys can put it right. So we're going to list out all the observations on the board. If I have an observation on the board that you did not have, you are to write it on your own sheet, okay? Any questions? Okay, so let's see how this goes. So we're just listing out observations, and from there I'm going to try to sketch out the graph. Does anyone want to give me an observation? Give me one. Okay, we had a minimum vertex, right? Does anyone know, so we have a minimum. Does anyone know what that vertex was? Tell me, Mr. Nugent. Okay, so we had a minimum, a vertex at 2, -9. And from this I'm going to try to construct a graph. So our vertex is at 2, -9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we had a vertex about there. Did anyone else observe anything else? Tell me.
Yeah, more than one point on the thing.
More than one point on what?
Yeah, more than one point on the vertex.
Gadsden says there's more than one vertex. Can we have more than one vertex?
No, yeah, more than one vertex.
So think about it, because I know what you're trying to say. But try to articulate it first, okay? No one observed anything else. Did we see any y-intercept? Did we see anything at all?
Yeah.
Mr. Smart, give me something.
I said I know we got most of what there has a negative
Okay, so we had a negative y-intercept, so it was down here somewhere. Do we remember where the y-intercept was? Okay, so did anyone actually write down the numbers, any of the coordinates at all? Mrs. Nugent, do you remember the y-intercept? Okay, so Mr. Nugent's going to give us our axis of symmetry. Where's our axis of symmetry? For those that are having side conversations, just focus, please. Where's our axis of symmetry? Okay, so how do we know that our axis of symmetry is x equals 2? Actually, before that, what is an axis of symmetry? Please raise hands. The question is, what is an axis of symmetry? I have the same 2 hands. If I don't get a new hand, I'm going to call on you anyway. So the question was, what is an axis of symmetry? Okay, so the property is when both sides are the same, right? So where is that line? In the middle, right? So the line that cuts your graph in half into 2 equal parts. So Mr. Nugent told us that that line is at x equals 2. I'm just going to like dash it because it's not actually on the graph, but that's the point that cuts it in half. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to lead you a little bit. So the form of the graph was what? What was the form of our equation? Does anyone remember? The form of the equation. I read it for you and it was on the projection.
So it says the form, it's in the form of what? X squared what?
X squared negative b.
After this point, this is, we've seen this. What's the form?
Plus, B8, yeah. C something.
Is it plus or minus?
Minus.
Plus.
Yeah, I may have to reproject because this is low rough. This is the roughest thing I've seen all day. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Because this cannot function unless we have actually made substantive observations. And our observations, I saw number. I don't know what the numbers are. Y'all just wrote numbers. I saw some points. I need to know what the actual points are. I'm going to project it for another 10 seconds. But I need you to make concrete observations. Not tell me there's a point over here and a point over there. Okay? So I'm going to reproject. So give me something concrete. The same way, I forgot who told me, but the same way someone said the vertex is 2, -9. I need something as concrete as that. Just warming up for a second. Does anyone have any questions before I reproject? No one has any questions at all? Yes, sir. It's just the regular quadratic equation. It's the form for quadratic. So I need pencils down, and you are observing for 10 seconds. Make it as concrete as possible, you guys, because otherwise this will not work. Okay? I'm going to give it 10 seconds. Alright, I'm projecting now. I need all heads looking forward. Shut up. Okay, 10 seconds starting now. And that is time. I need you to write everything that you need. Listen, first and second period did this with no issue. I don't want to hear it. Purity. I need you writing. I will give you another 30 seconds to write down what you observed. Hopefully you pulled out points this time. So right now we are not talking. We are writing everything down. Whatever way you need. I need you writing. Thank you. You guys have another 10 seconds. So now, does anyone else have anything new to give me? Okay, but if you're just going to throw coordinate points at me, you have to tell me what it is. Like here, this point was a vertex.
Yeah.
You can come back to me. Mr. Smart, do you have anything else for me? I need us listening. So he said the y-intercept is at -5. I need that as a point though. So we have -5 right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I express that as a point? How do I write it as a point?
Oh, 0.
As a coordinate, thank you.